Here is an origami owl bookmark by LaFosse, and he wrote this Story-gami so it's easy for you to remember how to fold it. You can use it as a bookmark, and the beak of the owl will point where you left off. This Story-gami makes an owl bookmark. It was written by LaFosse and Richard Alexander. Let's start with a simple origami treasure map. Fold a square piece of paper that's white on the other side in half to make a white rectangle. Now fold this rectangle in half to make a square. When you open it, your map will have a big X which marks the spot where the treasure is buried. Pirates kept pet parrots on their shoulders except for Captain Cabochon. He worked at night, so he had no use for parrots. They sleep at night. Captain Cabochon stole from other pirates, and on 4 separate nights he plundered from those different pirates, bringing his treasure back to the center. Because of this, he had no friends, and without even a parrot, Captain Cabochon spent most of his days all alone in his little boathouse. To find the boathouse, open 2 adjacent corners, and you will see the peaked roof and this white area below where his boat can enter and leave in the night. He lowers his boat into the water using this cradle. Just fold the bottom edges to the crease line on each side. When he leaves with his boat, he locks the cradle in the raised position like this. It keeps nosy intruders like you from rowing into Captain Cabochon's boathouse. One night, Captain Cabochon planned to move his pile of plunder to Wizard Island. See his map with the big letter V? Captain Cabochon plotted a course with the arrow of his compass pointing due north. Once his boat was ship-shape, he set out on his secret trip. Now, centuries ago, Wizard Island was a land of plenty. Now only mice and birds inhabit this tiny and remote speck of paradise, guarded by a ring of ancient, huge stone heads. Captain Cabochon's pirate ship was heavy with giant gems. Turn the model over to steal a glimpse of a precious smoky topaz the size of a monkey's head. The night was pitch black. Cunning Captain Cabochon cleverly recorded his journeys, making special maps by folding paper rather than writing on it. Even on the darkest of nights, such as this, he could still read his folded map with his fingers just by feeling the raised creases and folds. Here's how he did it. As his journey progressed, he recorded his position by folding these flaps inward, one at a time. At 3 o'clock in the morning, when the hand was over here, he turned to port, which means he brought the corner to the left for you landlubbers. Then at 6 o'clock, he turned north, which means he folded the point up just a little bit because he didn't go too far north. And finally at 9 o'clock, he turned starboard, which means to the right, and completed his journey to the secret destination on Wizard Island. There, he hurriedly buried his booty beneath one gigantic stone face that looked exactly like this. After his work was done, he pitched a small pup tent in the bushes nearby. Captain Cabochon opened the flaps of the tent so he could peer outside, carefully watching the place where he had buried his treasure in case anybody had followed or seen him do his deed. As amazing as it sounds, with the tent flaps open, a great owl swooped in and landed gently on Captain Cabochon's shoulder. This was the very first time in his entire life that Captain Cabochon had compatible company. They both slept all day. They both stayed up to no good all night. He named his newfound friend Pellet, and the perfect pair went on to sweetly savor many moonlight adventures together. Hoo, hoo! Reading unlocks treasures of knowledge in unexpected places, like books.